Hello, welcome to my first yoga video that I'm sharing online. I'm so happy to be sharing this with you. I hope you're not experiencing too much pain. I know this video is specifically for people who are experiencing sciatica. I've had a lot of people come to me asking about sciatica and what they can do to heal, to recover. So personally, I've never had sciatica. This is all coming from research, but I've done a lot of research into what causes sciatica, what kind of treatments are there available, how should you go about treatment, and I've designed this practice to, all of these positions are not only safe for people with sciatica, but they should actually be directly beneficial for people who are experiencing sciatica. Even if today you feel a little bit sore after the movement, hopefully by tomorrow you start to feel some improvement and you start to feel better. I really hope so. So this is a gift from me to the world. And before we get too much into it, one thing that I just need to make clear is that if you're experiencing very severe pain, if you can, you should be trying to seek professional medical advice. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physiotherapist, I'm a trained yoga teacher, and I can show you different movements, different stretches that should bring more health into your life. They will bring more health into your life as long as they're being done mindfully and you're respecting your body. But I'm not physically with you. And the most important thing to remember is that your body is your best guide and your best teacher. So if you're experiencing pain, yoga is not meant to be painful. You should be feeling stretching sensations and putting the effort in, and you'll feel it in your body for sure. Yoga can be like very physically demanding, but it shouldn't be painful. This is not the same thing as going to the gym and tearing muscles and trying to get bigger, get jacked up that way. This is not the same thing. Yoga is meant to be healing. It's about finding balance. And so on that note, if you're experiencing any pain in any of these positions, any of these movements, I'm actually going to show you right now 2 different resting positions that you can come into. So at any point in this practice, if it gets to be too much, it starts to become too intense, then take it easy, listen to your body. Your body is talking to you and it's telling you when you're doing too much and when you're pushing too hard. And inactivity will aggravate sciatica, but overactivity and overexertion will also aggravate sciatica. So, most important thing to do in this, listen to your body. If it ever gets to be too intense, I'm going to show you these 2 resting positions. So the first one, really simple, just like sitting on your knees, or on your legs, just like this. So feet tucked under, some people call this thunderbolt pose. And this is actually just a really good sitting position for people who are experiencing pain along the sciatic nerve, which goes from your butt all the way down, splits into a bunch of different pathways at your knee actually, it goes all the way down to your toes. Sciatic nerve is a huge part of your body. So if you're experiencing pain, sitting cross-legged for too long can actually aggravate it. Sitting in like a chair position for too long can actually aggravate it. So this is actually a really good position to be seated in if you're experiencing sciatic pain. The other resting position I'm just going to show you quick is called crocodile pose. So you just come down onto the ground like this, and there's a few different ways you can do crocodile. So you can bring the elbows kind of underneath your shoulders or maybe a little bit in front. Get that nice like curve in your back, and you just rest your chin into your palms just like this. Or the other way you can do crocodile, there's a few variations. The other way you can do it is you bring your palms down to the ground and you just relax your forehead down onto your palms, just like this. And you just relax into the ground. So at any point in this video, if it gets to be too much, too intense, don't push through it. That's how you could end up causing more pain, more injury. So respect your body, respect what it's telling you. We're trying to build trust in this movement, this practice. We're trying to get the body to trust us, that we're not going to hurt it, we're not going to push it too hard, too far, we're going to take care of it and we're going to heal. So at any point, if you feel like you need to, you can pause the video, you can let it keep playing, you can whatever, but take a rest position. If it's getting to be too much, just rest, relax. When you feel better, you can come back to the video, or you can finish your practice there, whatever feels best for you. Your body is your best guide, it is your best teacher, and it is talking to you all the time. A practice like yoga will help you be able to understand the language of your body a little bit better, which we don't all have so much awareness. Our minds are usually so busy, we have so much going on that we actually lose touch with our bodies. So a practice like yoga, especially if you're doing it daily, you will reconnect with your body and you will realize your body is talking to you all the time. So it's very important to listen to it when it's talking to you and to respect what it's saying. So now that we've established all that, we'll start out this practice. We're going to come into first sitting cross-legged, which I know I was just saying sitting cross-legged for too long can aggravate sciatica, so we're only going to do this for a little bit. We're just going to wake up this part of the body, let it know that we're about to be moving it, we're about to be stretching it in a really gentle way. So however you're sitting, you can have your foot up here, you can have it down on the ground, whatever feels best. And we're just going to fold forward and down, bring the arms out in front of you, keep your spine, including your neck, nice and long. You don't want to be like hunching like this. Keep it long and just bring your chest down towards the ground, however far you can go. If you're all the way up here and you already feel the stretching sensation, then that's great. You're doing what you came here to do. You're feeling the stretch, and that's great, whatever it looks like. If you need to go deeper, you go deeper. Go as deep as you need to feel the sensation. And this is a really good moment to set an intention. If you're here specifically because you have sciatic pain, then your intention is pretty straightforward. You want to relieve some of that pain. But this is a good moment to really solidify that intention. You really want to feel it. You want to imagine yourself healing, tell yourself that you're healing, imagine your pain is gone, imagine that you can move how you used to be able to move before you had body pain. Really visualize it, really feel it. We're going to come back up and just switch so the other leg will be in front or on top, however you were sitting. We're just going to switch legs. And we're going to go back down into that forward fold. So on the idea of intentions, there's actually a really good TED Talk. There was this woman, she was voted like the top therapist in the UK, one of the top therapists. And in her talk, she explains one of the things you need to understand about the mind is that it doesn't really care about what's actually happening. It cares about the words you tell it and the pictures you show it. We create our own realities. And this isn't like just by imagining something you can make all the changes you want in your life. It's not like that simple. But what you put into your mind will dramatically affect what you experience, including your physical health. And there's a lot of research on this. You look into people who have done studies on the placebo effect, different things like this. We really do create our own realities. And what we put into our mind really does influence what we feel. And it goes as far as to influence our physical health and the functioning of the different systems in our bodies. Our mind has so much control over our lives and our bodies. So with the intention that we are here to heal, we're going to come back up and we're going to start a little bit more movement. So we'll come back into the thunderbolt position. I'm going to be moving on my mat so you can see me a little bit better, but you do you on your mat or without a mat. And we're going to start, so we'll put the palms together, interlace the fingers. We're actually going to do this behind our back. And we're going to bring the palms, the hands over to the right side, up against the right hip. Back nice and straight. And we're just going to start to bring the left ear over to the left shoulder and just relax. Just breathe. And you should feel the stretching sensation on the right side of your neck, that opening angle, the part of your body that is stretching. You can dip your chin down towards your chest. Make like a half circle, rotate your head back behind you. Really stretch out the neck. Now we're going to come over to the other side, so we'll move the hands over to the right hip. Drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder. And same thing, you can do some gentle movement. One thing to notice, if you feel any kind of sensation, any strong sensation, especially pain, on the closing angle, so if you're on the right side like this and you feel the sensation on the right side of your neck, the part that isn't actually being stretched, we'll come back to center. If you feel it on the closing angle, that's usually an indication that there's something else going on in your body. There's something else that might be injured or inflamed, and you should get that looked at, give some extra attention to that, check it out. Don't push through it, pay attention to it. Again, this is your body talking to you. So, we're going to do a little bit more mobility movement. So we're going to sit like this, with the feet just out in front of you like this. Try to keep your back as straight as possible. You can use your hands behind you to support your back if that helps. And we're going to start with just the toes. So when we inhale, bring the toes towards your knees. And when you exhale, curl your toes away from you. Curl them in. And then inhale, bring your toes back, spread your toes wide. Exhale, forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to rotate or pivot on the ankles. So we're going to use the entire feet forward with the toes. Inhale, bring them back. Heels can lift off the ground if you want. Exhale, forward with the toes. Inhale back. Do one more forward. And one more back. And now we're going to do similar with the upper body, so with the hands out in front of you. Inhale brings your fingers back towards your forearms. Exhale, you're going to curl your fingers down like you're reaching towards your wrists. Inhale, back. Exhale, down. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down and back. Now we're going to rotate the arms so the palms are facing up. We're going to inhale, tap the fingers on the shoulders. Exhale, extend them away from you. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. One more, inhale, back. Exhale, forward. And now we're going to bring them back on your inhale. Leave your fingers tapping your shoulders. We're just going to make some circles here. So move your elbows up towards the ceiling and then open them up at your sides, down and around, back down. As you exhale, inhale back up towards the ceiling. Exhale down, just opening the shoulder. Now we're going to switch direction. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Now we're going to engage the entire spine. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms up above your head. You can keep your hands open or into a fist. I like to fist. Exhale, we're going to bring them down, reach towards your toes, and like you're rowing a big boat, you're going to bring your hands back towards your sides. Inhale, bring them back up above your head. Exhale, forward, row it back. Inhale, back up. And now we're going to reverse direction. So exhale, hands come down by your side, move them forward towards your feet. Inhale, back up. Exhale, down to your sides, forward. Inhale, back up. Now we're just going to take a second, we're going to come into a forward fold. So this is like the classic move that you've seen where you reach down towards your toes. Another thing is, you really don't want to go too deep here. So if you're all the way up here and you start to feel a stretching sensation, stay there, that's great. You're doing what you came here to do. You're feeling the stretch. For some people who are very open, even if they have sciatic pain, their body is still very open. You might need to come more forward to feel the sensation. So you do you, this is your body. Everybody's body is different. If you can't touch your toes, you can rest your hands onto your legs like this. Just go as deep as it feels good. just take care of yourself. And yeah, just gonna take a few more breaths here. And then inhale. We're gonna come back up and out of it. And now we're gonna come into a seated twist. So I'll rotate so you can see me a little bit better here. I'll go maybe like 45-degree angle. So what we're gonna do, first we'll start on we're gonna bring the right heel towards the left hip. So really close up against your left hip like this, your right heel right up there. And then with your left leg bent, you're actually gonna step your foot to the outside of your right knee. So you kind of have your leg like this. And then you're gonna take your right arm, reach around and hug your left knee into your chest. And when you do that, you might find that your left hip is lifting off the ground. No problem, let it do that, that's great, nothing wrong with that. One way that you can actually get deeper into this stretch is, without pushing, without forcing, try to relax your left hip a little bit more down towards the ground. And depending how open your body is, you can really squeeze your knee into your chest and then still really try to relax the hip down. And even people who are very open, they should be feeling this stretch depending on how much you're squeezing that knee into your chest. And you can do a little bit more of a rotation. Look over your left shoulder, look over the left side. Very important to keep your spine nice and straight. You don't want to be curving, hunching. You want to be keeping your spine straight. And exhale, release. So now we're going to come into half cow face. So we're going to straighten the right leg. We're going to bring the left knee over top of the right knee. Or if it's off to the side a little bit, again, no problem. However it looks, but we're going to get it as close as we can over the right knee. And then just like that forward fold, we're going to fold forward and down. One thing to pay attention to here is that you want your hips to be in the same line. You don't want one hip way up here and the other one way back here. You want them both to be in the same line. So your hips are aligned, they're square facing forward. And then you're just going to reach forward and fold down. And for a lot of people, you feel this without really going forward at all. So if you're all the way up here, no problem. That's very normal, especially if this is a new position to you. Stay up here. Just feel the sensation and just allow your body to gently open up in time. Try to keep your spine straight and just melt forward. And then inhale, come back up. We're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So we will bring the left ankle over towards the right hip. Going to bring the right foot outside the left knee and then hug the right knee into the chest and twist. And look over the right shoulder. You can lift the hip. Do whatever you need to do to feel good, to just relax, create a bit more space, release some tension. Deep inhale, exhale, release. Now we're going to do half cow face on the other side. So left leg goes out in front like this. Bring the right knee over top of the left knee, just like this. And fold forward and down. Just like this. Or however it looks for you. Don't need to be doing it. It doesn't need to look like how I look when I'm doing this. I don't have sciatic pain, and I've been doing these kinds of stretches for years. So if you haven't been stretching like this regularly for years and you do have sciatic pain, it should look pretty different than what I'm doing. So I'm just guiding. I'm not an example that you need to be trying to match. Deep inhale, exhale. Just going to come back out of it. And now we're going to come into cat-cow. So some of you might be familiar with this. We're going to come into like a tabletop position. So what you want to be aiming for here is your wrists are underneath your shoulders. You kind of want to like rotate your shoulders, rotate your arms in, like as if your arms are like this. You want to rotate them in. Not like overdoing it, but just to kind of get a good foundation so that you can feel yourself, like you can really push the ground away. You should feel in your thumbs and your index finger. You can really push from that part of your hand and hold your upper body up. And you want your knees to be underneath your hips. And you can untuck the toes, you can leave them tucked, whatever feels best. And so we're going to start out with the spine being like a board, like parallel to the ground as much as you can. And then we're going to inhale, reach the head up, look forward, and drop the belly down towards the ground. Really get that curve in your spine. Exhale, we're going to go the opposite way. So suck your belly in, pull your lower back up towards the ceiling, really push the ground away. You might find your arms rotate as you move through cat-cow. Just be aware of it, just pay attention, see how it feels. Inhale, come back to cat. And exhale, back to cow. Try to see if you can bring your awareness to every single vertebrae in your spine, moving one vertebrae at a time. We'll do one more. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. And then we're going to come back to neutral, tabletop. And we're going to go into tiger pose. So we're going to start. The movement, the speed that we're going to do this is like a 1-to-1 ratio. So with your inhale, you're going to raise your leg. As soon as you're finished inhaling, your exhale, you're going to lower it back down. We're going to start like that, like 1-to-1. So inhale, we'll start with the left leg. Start to lift your leg off the ground and start to bring your knee up so it's like parallel to the ground. Maybe you even want to go further than that and lift it way up high. Or maybe you want to leave it all the way down here, whatever feels best for you. And then we're going to exhale, bring it back down to the ground. We'll go to the right side. Same thing. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lift back down. Drop back down. And we'll do one more each side, like this. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, down. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, down. Now we're going to change the ratio a little bit. So we're going to inhale up. We're going to hold just for like 3 seconds. And then we're going to exhale, bring it back down. So we'll start with the left leg. Inhale, lift up. Once you get to the top or as far as you're going to go, hold. Exhale, bring it back down. And now right side, inhale up. Hold. Exhale, back down. Great. And now we're going to come into camel pose. So we're kind of like stand up but not really stand up. Standing on the knees, I guess. Straighten the back nice and tall like this. And with camel pose, especially if you're new to this pose, it can get very deep very fast. So we're going to do a very gentle version of camel. We're just going to use this more of like an opening movement than really going into a full camel pose stretch. So what that means is we're going to start just like this on the knees. We'll start with the left hand. We're going to reach the left hand over towards the left heel. You can rotate your body, look down towards your left foot as you're doing it. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, over to the right side, same thing. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, over to the left. And then inhale, back up. Now we're going to go a little bit deeper. So we'll raise the arms above the head. We're not going to touch the feet. We're just raising the arms above the head. So inhale, your right arm comes up, over your head, reaches back behind you, curve your back. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, right arm comes up, reaches back behind you. Exhale, bring it back down. We'll do one more each side. Inhale up. Exhale, back down. Inhale up. Exhale back down. And it's okay to reposition as you're doing this. If your body starts to change shape and open up, that's great. Your body is healing. It's opening up. So allow yourself to reposition as you're going through these things. Now, depending on where you are with your healing journey, maybe you've done this video a few times and you're ready to start expanding, going deeper. So I'm just going to show you quickly. Full camel pose would be both of your arms coming back behind you, holding your heels. You open your chest up like this. And you hold that for however long you want to. But if you're new to this and you're starting out, probably don't go into full camel right away. Open up your body, especially if you're experiencing sciatic pain. Take it easy. So, now we're going to come back into thunderbolt position, and we're going to do a little bit of a movement routine here. We're actually going to build on this routine for the next few transitions, movement patterns. We're just going to kind of keep going deeper and keep expanding. But we're going to start out just very beginner, very foundational. So we're going to inhale, bring the arms up above your head. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring your arms, your chest, everything down towards the ground for like child's pose. And we're going to hold for a few breaths in child's pose. And again, you want to keep your spine, including your neck, really long. You don't want to be hunching, bringing your shoulders up towards your head. You want to keep your shoulders pulled back away from your head. Keep your neck long, keep your spine long. And once you're comfortable like that, you feel that, you got that, then you can relax your forehead down to the ground. And then inhale, we're going to come back up, lift the arms back up above your head, come back into the thunderbolt pose. Exhale, down to your sides. We'll do one more round of this, because for these movements, it's good to do a few rounds. It really helps to open up the body. So we won't just do it once, we'll do a few rounds. When you're doing this in your own practice, it's recommended that you do this like at least 5 to 6 times to really get the body open. But this is more like just explanation video. I'm just showing you these different transitions, these different movements. And this is for you to do what you want with this knowledge. So you turn it into your own practice. But I'm just showing you like the movements, the transitions. So we'll just do 2 rounds, but we'll bring it right back up again. So inhale, arms come up above your head, and exhale, down towards the ground. One of the things to pay attention to here is you want your hips to be touching your heels the entire time. If you come forward like this, like your hips start to move forward and lift off your heels, that's pretty normal. A lot of people experience that, but the correct posture for this pose is that you actually want your hips to be back, touching your heels the entire time. So if you can, try to just bring your awareness into your hips, into your body, and just try to relax them back so that they're touching your heels. Sink your hips back towards your heels. Just relax, melt into the ground. And then with the next inhale, we're going to come back up, arms above you, exhale, down to the side. Just like that. And so the next position we're going to get into is we're going to go up into a downward dog. So you can come back into tabletop like we were before. And this time the toes are going to be tucked underneath. So the bottoms of your toes are going to be on the ground. And we're going to lift the knees and push back into downward dog. Now one thing about downward dog, bend your knees, especially if you're new to this position. A lot of people think the knees have to be, or the feet have to be flat on the ground. In time, we're working towards that, but especially when you're new, bend the knees. And you really want to focus on your upper body. So you want to bring your upper body all the way back, push it back as close to your legs as possible so you can keep your knees really bent to be able to do this. Don't worry about how bent your knees are in the beginning. And then over time, you can play around with straightening your legs, bringing your heels down to the ground. But if you do that and you find that it's bringing your chest forward, then you're sacrificing the posture for depth. And you never really want to do that in yoga. You never want to sacrifice your posture for depth. go a little bit less deep and keep your posture. That's very important. So, push your chest towards your knees. You want to really suck in your belly and lift your belly, your lower back up towards the ceiling. Keep your spine really long, including your neck. You can relax your neck and let your head just like rest down heavy, but keep your shoulders pressed far back away from your head. And now we're going to drop the knees down to the ground, drop the elbows down to the ground, and as you exhale, and then as you're inhaling, you're going to glide forward. You can brush your chin on the mat, on the ground, and you're going to push up into cobra pose, upward dog, whatever you want to call this. You really want to get that nice curve in your spine, look straight ahead of you, pull the shoulders back, and then exhale, chin comes back down to the floor, push back. You can go through child's pose, or you can go straight back up into downward dog, whatever you choose. Just going to take one breath here. Deep inhale. Exhale, knees come down, elbows come down. As you inhale, glide forward, through, press up to cobra pose, upward facing dog. Exhale, bring your chin back down, push back to downward dog. Now we're going to lift the heels up high, and we're going to walk the feet up in between the hands. So you can keep the knees really bent while you're doing this. They don't need to be straight. You're just going to walk the feet up in between the hands. It's okay if your fingers, your hands lift up off the ground, no problem. And we're coming into a forward fold. So just relax your head down heavy. You can interlace your arms if you want. Just relax. Allow your spine to just stretch out. Allow gravity to just stretch out your spine. And then we're going to take our time. You can bend the knees. And as you inhale, roll your back one vertebrae at a time all the way up to standing. So what we're going to get into now, we're going to do some sun salutations. So from what I understand, sun salutation, there's so many different ways of doing it. There's so many different variations. I'm going to teach you the variation that I learned when I took my yoga training. And this is kind of funny. I was showing this to my friends at one point, just doing a little like fun class with them. And one of my friends was experiencing sciatica, and she told me that the next day her sciatica she didn't feel it. For like the first time in months, it was gone. So I think this transition or this variation of sun salutation is very beneficial, and when I was doing my research I found that these positions are actually beneficial for people who are experiencing sciatic pain. So I'm going to teach you this variation. It might be different than the sun salutation that you know, but we're going to do this variation of sun salutations. So the way that we're going to do it is bring your palms together in like a prayer position in front of your chest like this. We're going to inhale. Bring the palms up above your head and reach them back as far as you can back. And then exhale, we're going to come back into a forward fold. So bring the hands down towards the ground. Inhale, lift the chest and the neck up halfway. Exhale, we're going to step the left foot back. Drop the left knee onto the ground. Keep your fingertips on the ground. And we're just going to look up towards the ceiling. Even with your eyes, bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to, on the exhale, step the right foot back, go back into downward dog. Inhale, and now exhale. Bring the knees down, bring the elbows down, glide forward and through, just like we did before, up into cobra. Now the only difference, we're going to exhale, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring the chin back down to the ground. Push back into downward dog. And then we're going to step the right foot back up to the front of the mat. Again, look up towards the ceiling, really curve your back. Step the left foot up to meet the right, come back into the forward fold. Inhale, come up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Reach your arms up above your head. Exhale, bring your palms together, back down in front of your chest. So that was one round, one side. So we're going to do 2 rounds each side. So to the other side now. I'm going to give a little bit less cues so that you can really just focus on the feelings and really pay attention to your body. So inhale, arms come up, reach behind you. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step the right foot back. Fingertips on the ground, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, push the left foot back into downward dog. Knees down, elbows down. Glide forward, up to cobra. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, chin to the ground. Push back. Downward dog. Step the left foot forward. Look up towards the sky or the ceiling. Bring the right foot up to meet the left. And from the forward fold, inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Arms reach up above you, down in front of your chest. We'll move a little bit quicker for this next round. So inhale, arch your back, hands come behind you, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, left foot down, left knee down, arch your back, look up. Step the right foot back, downward dog, knees down, elbows down, glide forward and up. Exhale, look over the left shoulder, inhale, center. Exhale, over the right shoulder, inhale, center. Exhale, chin to the floor, back to downward dog. Step the right foot up, left knee down, look up towards the sky. Step the left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, up to standing. Arms reach up. Exhale, down to your chest. One more round. Inhale, arms reach up behind you. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step the right foot back, right knee down, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, step the left foot back, knees down, elbows down, glide forward, up to cobra. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale over the left shoulder. Inhale to center. Chin back down to the ground. Push back to downward dog. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, look up to the sky. Step the left foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale brings you all the way back up to standing. Palms reach up above you. Down in front of your chest. And we did it. Now, I might have mixed up. Sometimes I forget which leg I'm doing. So when you're doing this in your own practice, if you're watching this video again or you're doing it in your own practice, you keep the same foot that you step back with and you go down, you come into this same position on your way coming back out of it. So you go down like this with this foot back, you go into your downward dog, you do whatever, you bring the same foot back up and you go back up. So you do the same thing each side. Sometimes I get confused, so if I got confused in this video, don't mind that. Just remember this when you're doing your own practice. So now we're going to do just a little bit more of a yin practice is what they call this. So we're going to switch to the parasympathetic functioning of the nervous system. So you have your sympathetic and your parasympathetic. Your sympathetic is what's involved in when you're doing a lot of activity, a lot of stimulating, very like exciting kind of functioning. You're activating your sympathetic nervous system. Your parasympathetic nervous system is what's associated with rest and digest. So the way we're going to activate this, we're going to give a little bit of extra care to activate the parasympathetic for this next part of the routine. One of the best ways, one of the easiest ways to activate this is when you're breathing, try to make your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale. So even if it's just 1 or 2 seconds, try to pay attention to just drawing out your exhale so that it's just a little bit longer. And by doing this, you're actually going to switch your nervous system towards the parasympathetic nervous system, which is associated with healing. So for this next part, we're getting into the cooling down, winding down part of the practice. So we're really trying to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So we're going to come down into a squat. So come down as far as you can, start bending the knees, bring the hips down towards the ground, keep your spine nice and straight. If you get to this point and your heels lift off, that's okay, especially if you're new to squatting, you might need to lift your heels. But try over time to get more into this position, bring your heels down towards the ground. It will happen more naturally if you come into this position more regularly. A lot of people that squat very regularly, this feels so good, so comfortable, so natural, but if it's new to you, then it's going to be difficult. So now we'll come all the way down to the ground, and we're going to come onto the belly. We're going to lie flat on the ground, and we're going to start out actually in crocodile pose. So whichever way you like, I'm going to do this one, resting my chin into my hands. We're just going to take a minute, come back to the breathing, really relax. We just did the stimulating, kind of the more physical side, the more active side of this practice, and now we're coming into the more restful side of this practice to finish up. So just really relax, deep breaths, try to release any tension that you're feeling in your body. Just really take care of yourself, really relax. You're doing great. You just went through all those movements, the sun salutations. You're doing so good. So just relax, take it easy, take a break, take a little rest. And now we're going to do a little bit of locust pose. So there's so many variations for locust pose. The one that we're going to do, we're going to bring the chest down to the ground, and you take your hands, put them into a fist, put the fist underneath your thighs, palms facing up. So you're kind of laying on top of your fists, on top of your hands. And we're going to do the same breathing pattern that we were doing before, the 1-to-1 ratio. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the leg, and then we're going to exhale, bring it back down 1-to-1. So this is actually really involving the area where your sciatic nerve runs through. So be very gentle, be very careful, really listen to your body. Especially now we're doing the yin side of the practice, so we really want this to feel good. We don't want it to feel like pain or too much. Really go easy. This should really feel good. We're just bringing a little bit of movement to this part of the body, letting the blood flow, releasing the tension. So we're going to inhale, lift the left leg up as high as you want to. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, back down. One more each side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. One more back down. Inhale, right leg up. One more back down. And now we're going to do the same hold how we did before. So inhale, lift the left leg up. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bring it back down. Now we're going to come into another resting position called baby sleeping pose. So I'll do this side first. So you bend, you keep your right arm straight down by your right side. You're going to bend your left arm. So you rest your head, you rest the right side of your face on your left palm. And then you're going to bend the knee and bring it up towards the side of your body like this. So what you're looking for is in two 90-degree angles. So you want like a 90-degree angle right here from your thigh to your torso, and then a 90-degree angle from your thigh to your lower leg, bending at your knee 90 degrees. Doesn't have to be this way, it can be more like this. You can have your leg like not 90 degrees, you can have it way further back. We're aiming for this, but especially in like a yin where we're holding positions for a lot longer, you really want it to feel good. So just do what feels good, don't overdo it. Bring your awareness to how your hips are just sinking into the ground, and as they sink towards the ground, you're opening your hips, you're opening them up. I'm just going to take a few breaths here, slow down the breathing, especially the exhale, and just relax. Now we're going to switch sides. Let's do the same thing on the other side, just for a few breaths. And bring both legs back behind you. And we're going to come into Sphinx pose. We're just going to do this very briefly because this can also be pretty straining for people on the lower back, the glutes, where your sciatic nerve is running through. So we're just going to do this very gentle, very brief. Don't have to go super deep into it, especially if this position is new to you. But we're going to bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Maybe this is as far as you go. You just bring your elbows underneath your shoulders and you just stay like this. But if you feel like you can go deeper without it being painful or being too strong with the sensation, you're going to push your chest, your upper body higher up using your point of contact on the ground, your elbows. You can reposition if you need to. And you want to keep your shoulders pulled open in a way. Like pull your shoulders back, away from your neck, away from your head. Keep them open. Slow down your breathing. Really feel that curve in your back. Just look straight ahead. Don't worry about like curving too much and looking up to the ceiling. Just look straight ahead. Deep inhale. Exhale. Come back down to the ground. And now we're just going to roll onto our backs. So the way I like to do this is stay low to the ground. So you can stretch one arm out in front of you and then use your other hand to kind of roll yourself back, staying low to the ground, and slide back onto your mat, reposition. And we're going to hug the knees into the chest. This is another great position for people who are experiencing sciatica. Even just before you get out of bed in the morning, come into this position just for a minute, 2 minutes, do a few rounds of it, a few reps of it, whatever feels good. You don't need to hug too hard. Just gentle hug, bring your knees towards your chest. Deep inhale, and then exhale. We're just going to open up the body like a book, opening up. Bring your legs out straight, nice and stretched out, nice and long, nice and straight. Let your toes be heavy and just fall towards the ground, fall off to the sides. Palms are facing up towards the ceiling. This is called Shavasana. This is a really good pose to finish a yoga practice with. This pose is a really good pose to meditate in, actually. So a lot of the time we use this pose as meditation, a way to finish the practice with a meditation, which is a huge component of yoga. Yoga is so much more than just a physical movement. It also deals a lot with the mind and many other things, actually. Like I was saying before, the body and the mind are so connected. So if you're feeling tension in your mind, it can create tension in your body. This is something that's been very well documented by psychologists, all throughout, like all branches of science, we can see the body and the mind are so connected. And if you have problems in the mind, you have tension in the mind, it will create tension in the body. So you can take this moment to relax the entire body, melt into the ground. And this is where we stop trying to control anything in our bodies. So even before how we were trying to make our exhale longer than our inhale, in this moment, we forget about that. We forget about all the control, and we just switch to being an observer. We really switch into a meditative state. Observe your breathing without trying to control it. Watch your mind. You might want to bring your awareness to the sensation of your breath hitting your nostrils. This is a really good way to meditate. But if meditation is new to you, then you're going to find that it's very difficult to hold your awareness on that sensation. Your mind is going to wander. That's just what the mind does. And when the mind wanders, this is a really good way, what you can do with that is just watch where it wanders to. Watch what kind of thoughts are going through your head. This is a really good way that you can reconnect with your mind, with your body, increase your awareness, and you can see, is there any tension going on in your mind? What kind of thoughts are going through your head? Where does your mind go to? And if you can relax some of that tension in your mind, you will relax tension in your body. And also, it goes the other way. If you can bring your awareness to certain parts of your body where you're feeling tension, if you can relax that tension in your body, you will relax tension in your mind. Your mind will be more clear. It will feel lighter. You'll feel a lot better. You can really take this Shavasana to just let go of any tension that your body is holding. Just do the best you can. You're doing great. You made it this far in the video, even if you didn't do the entire practice, even if you paused it, you skipped it, you walked away, you came back, you were spending most of it in a resting pose, none of that matters. You made it all the way this far into the video. You're doing such good things for yourself and for your health. You're walking on this path towards healing. And as long as you keep taking steps on this path, health will come. You are doing all the right things. So you should be really happy with yourself. And I'm really grateful that you chose to do this practice with me today. I really hope I can bring some more light into your world. I can help you feel a little bit better. And I can hear someone has just started a lawnmower, so I'm going to end the video right here, and I'm going to let you just enjoy this meditation for as long as you want. You can finish your practice here, you can get up, go on with your day, or you can meditate for as long as you like. It's great to meditate after yoga, but you do what's best. I'm going to end the video sending peace and love and happiness to everybody out there in the world. Thank you.